Every year, Australian families invest over $50 million in pellet smokers. 90% of those buyers will replace their unit within 4 years, not because they cook too much, because the industry has built a system where the brands with the biggest marketing budget get shelf space at Bunnings, and the buyers who never ask. The right questions end up funding it. 10 brands are counting on your ignorance. Here is every single one of them. Number 10. Z-Grills. Z-Grills entered the Australian market in 2019 with one strategy: copy proven designs, undercut prices, and flood Australian Facebook groups with 5-star reviews before anyone noticed. The firebox steel, the temperature controller sourced from overseas manufacturers, the porcelain coating applied. At low temperatures, all built to a cost target, not a performance target. The reviews are real. Customers wrote them after one cook. The failures come later. The cook chamber seals lose integrity. The controller struggles in Australian winter conditions. Parts replacement. You're waiting for shipments from overseas, and the warranty doesn't cover what actually breaks first. Z-Grills has built a reputation on Australian Facebook groups and Bunnings displays. Not on engineering that lasts. Number 9. Masterbuilt. Masterbuilt markets the idea of electric smoking, set it and forget it. No learning curve, perfect for Australian backyards. The problem isn't the idea, it's the execution. The heating element has a rated capacity that struggles when the ambient temperature drops below what Australians experience in winter and early spring. The manual mentions this in fine print, calibrated to avoid being read. The wood chip loading system requires manual intervention every hour through long cooks. A 12-hour brisket means a trip outside every hour through the night. The digital control panel fails in humidity, and Australia's coastal regions no humidity. Customer forums document the same failure pattern across every model year since 2018. Masterbuilt's response is a replacement panel for $65. The replacement panel fails on the same timeline. You're not buying a smoker, you're renting one until it stops working. Number 8. Camp Chef. Camp Chef built a strong reputation in Australia through the 2010s. The Woodwind series was genuinely respected by serious outdoor cooks. Independent reviewers praised the build quality. Then the company changed hands. When ownership changes, engineering priorities change, the cost-cutting decisions being made now are different from the decisions that built the reputation. The post-acquisition Camp Chef units are different products. The firebox uses different steel specifications. The ash clean-out system, the feature that separated Camp Chef from competitors, was simplified in 2024 to reduce manufacturing cost. The price went up, the build quality went down, the marketing copy stayed identical. Buying a Camp Chef in 2026 means paying 2019 prices for 2024 cost-cutting. The reputation being sold no longer matches the product being shipped. Number 7. Wrecked markets directly to serious Australian barbecue enthusiasts. The premium price point, the precision temperature claims, the stainless steel exterior all signal a product built for pit masters. The exterior delivers on that promise. The interior does not. The cook chamber is where durability matters, and the material choices reveal priorities. The temperature controller is proprietary branded hardware, premium branding over premium performance. Replacement controllers run $150. The marketing targets buyers who have been burned by cheap units and are ready to spend more for quality. The product delivers a premium appearance over standard internals and calls the combination professional grade. You're paying for the outside while the inside uses standard components. Wrecked understands the emotional triggers of the market better than the engineering requirements of the product. Number 6. Pit Boss. Pit Boss is owned by a holding company that also owns Louisiana Grills. 2 brands, 1 factory, 1 part supply chain, 1 set of material decisions made by portfolio managers far from Australian backyards. The pellet auger on most Pit Boss units under $600 odd is plastic. Heat cycling warps plastic. A warped auger jams, a jammed auger kills the fire mid-cook. The temperature controller drifts in Australian weather patterns. Warm summer days, cold nights. The controller was built to a cost target, not to manage actual Australian climate variation. The warranty excludes the cooking grate, the firepot liner, and the drip tray as normal wear items. Those 3 components are the first to fail. On every Pit Boss in every model year. The warranty was written around the failure map the engineering team produced before production started. Number 5. Louisiana Grills. Louisiana Grills is Pit Boss with a different logo and a slightly higher price point. Same factory, same auger, same controller, same firebox steel gauge with a different color scheme, the holding company built to brands to occupy to price shelves in Australian retail channels, the buyer who pays $400. Odd buys Pit Boss. The buyer who pays $550 odd buys Louisiana Grills. Both buyers are purchasing the same product. The $150 gap is a marketing decision, not an engineering one. Louisiana Grills runs advertising that emphasizes barbecue heritage and authentic smoke flavor. The company is headquartered overseas and manufacturing is overseas. The Southern Heritage is a story told to Australian buyers by a holding company that understands emotional triggers better than engineering requirements. The product inside the box is identical to Pit Boss. The price difference funds marketing. Number 4. Charbroil. Charbroil is owned by a private equity holding company. Manufacturing is overseas. The steel gauge on their smoker line is thinner than competitors in every category they compete in. Charbroil entered the pellet smoker market because the margin structure attracted them, not because they had engineering expertise. In the category, the result is a pellet smoker with gas grill components adapted for pellet use. The firebox dimensions are wrong for efficient smoke circulation. The hopper capacity requires refilling every 3 to 4 hours on a long cook. The temperature probe is positioned for gas grill heat distribution, not pellet smoker convection patterns. Charbroil discontinues parts on a timeline built around their inventory management, not around customer service life cycles. A 3-year-old Charbroil pellet smoker has a meaningful chance of having no available replacement components within 2 years of purchase. You're not buying a long-term investment, you're buying planned obsolescence. Number 3. Danson's House Brands Hyper Grill, Expert Grill. The worst pellet smoker sold in Australia does not carry a brand worth analyzing. Danson sources pellet smokers under house-adjacent labels that rotate year to year from the same overseas manufacturing operations that produce units for a dozen other retailers simultaneously. Retail prices run between $150 and $300 odd, while the actual production cost runs a fraction of that. The firebox steel is thinner than standard kitchen appliance panels. The first thermal cycle warps it. By the third cook, the lid no longer seals. By the sixth cook, temperature management is impossible because gaps in the warped body allow ambient air to enter and exit freely regardless of vent position. The auger is plastic. The controller is the cheapest components available on the open market. The hopper is bare steel with no coating. Pellets absorb moisture, swell, and jam within one season in any climate with humidity above 40%, which covers most of Australia. Bunnings does not stock replacement parts. The product is not designed to be repaired. The product is designed to be replaced, preferably before the buyer realizes the first unit was a waste of money. A pellet smoker sold for $200 odd is not a smoker. It is a smoker-shaped object designed to occupy the space where a smoker should be. Number 2. Traeger. Traeger invented the pellet grill. That history is real. The company that exists today has almost no connection to the engineering philosophy that built the original reputation. Traeger went public in 2021 at a $2 billion valuation. The IPO was not a reward for engineering excellence. It was a bet on brand equity and lifestyle marketing. Wall Street was not buying a smoker company. Wall Street was buying an audience of buyers willing to pay premium prices for a logo. After IPO, cost-cutting reached the factory floor. The Pro 575 retails at $1,449 odd with a bill of materials significantly lower. The gap between cost and price is not engineering. It is the cost of maintaining a marketing operation large enough to make that price feel reasonable for what is inside the box. The auger jams on anything except Traeger-branded pellets. Traeger-branded pellets cost significantly more than comparable alternatives. The warranty voids the moment competitor pellets are used. That warranty exclusion is a revenue mechanism, not a product protection measure. The Wi-Fi connectivity crashes. The temperature probes drift. Traeger built a brand worth billions on top of a product worth a fraction of that. Every buyer paying premium prices is funding the difference. Number 1. Unbranded. Bunnings House Brands. The worst decision a buyer can make is purchasing the cheapest pellet smoker at Bunnings without asking one critical question: who actually engineered this? The house brand smokers rotate stock, discontinue models, and source from rotating manufacturers based on whoever offers the best quarterly margins. Retail prices run $150 to $250 odd. Production costs run a fraction of that. The firebox steel is thinner than a standard kitchen appliance panel. The first thermal cycle warps it. The auger is plastic. The controller is generic. The hopper is bare steel with no interior coating, within 1 season in Australian humidity. Pellets absorb moisture, swell, and jam. Bunnings does not stock replacement parts. The product is designed to be replaced, not repaired. A pellet smoker sold at $199 odd is not a smoker. It is a smoker-shaped object designed to occupy shelf space until the buyer is ready to spend real money on a real smoker. Before spending a single dollar on any pellet smoker sold in Australia, ask the manufacturer 2 questions. Ask what gauge steel the cook chamber is made from. Ask who actually owns the company and what their business model is. The answers will tell you everything the marketing is designed to hide. If this video saved you from a bad purchase, subscribe, drop a like, and tell me in the comments which pellet smoker you own right now and whether it's ever failed you mid-cook. Let's build a community of Australian barbecue enthusiasts who know the difference between marketing and engineering.